Hello. Welcome everybody tuning in and watching. This is a father and son podcast from Edmondson Entertainment. We got a special guest in the building. A lot of you might know him. If you don't, this is Mike Michigan.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Today we're going to be talking about a few topics. We're going to go into the 2A, all right, and then we're going to go into trucking, all right. So basically today we're just going to go through. We're just going to straight run it, all right. So, just a few things, just to see.
Let me start by saying thank you for allowing me on there, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, you're welcome, man.
Appreciate it.
Nice meeting you, bro.
You know what?
How is it, man? It's a nice day. It's pretty nice out, it's really nice to have you on this show,
I appreciate it. Definitely a beautiful day, man. It's the life we live, man. Trying to finesse through the hard times. Our life may get the ups and downs, being a working man. Trying to chase goals and trying to keep balance in my life. It's difficult, but
it's definitely I know the trucking business. A lot of people is into the trucking right now, super hard too. As far as I know, I got like two brothers that's been in trucking too, and a lot of people that tell me it's really good money.
Yeah, I feel like every young man should. If you're not doing nothing, you should get your CDL. If you ain't in college or you ain't got nothing really going on, you got a little basic job at a factory, get your CDL. Just get your CDL. You ride around all day with your friends anyway, smoking, chilling. You do the same thing, you get paid to travel. Like, you literally get paid to travel. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got kids, nothing like that going on. Why not? Just go. You don't have to use it forever. You have it forever once you get it.
I remember my brother, he was actually telling me, he was like, I didn't really get to see, like, the United States until I became a trucker. Like, every other day, he's either in Ohio, Montana, different places like that. So,
see the world is the easiest, especially if you're a felon. You want to come, seriously, you want to come up quick. And if you don't want to be under the ties of your parole and, can't leave the state, you got to get a job. And if you're a trucker, you got to leave the state. They're going to grant. They can't tell you won't.
They do. They do.
That's the best way to get up out of the bonds of the government, of the man, for sure.
Is it like super lucrative? Like, does it?
It beats a factory job. It beats what you gonna be doing otherwise. You know what I'm saying? You can make at least $1,500 a week. You know what I mean? On the low end. You're not gonna be home every day, but they have local work. But you're looking around 1,100, 1,200 at that point.
And that's usually the sacrifice. I feel like a lot of times, just think about it. Like, it's a lot of people that's like at the crib, couch potato.
Yeah.
So it's
if you're not self-driven, trucking ain't for you. If you're not a get up and go person and don't mind being on the move and high, if you don't have a high engine, it ain't for you. You know what I mean? Some people do it and don't have a high engine, but they be the ones who fuck up, excuse my language. So,
hey, it's true.
So yeah. So it's not built for everybody. You gotta be built for it. Like I say, I believe music. So it's what I know. It's the only thing I know.
Do you pay for like your own gas?
No, if you own your truck, yes, you pay for your own diesel. But I personally right now don't own my own truck, so no, that's not what I have to do. The company, the owner pays for the diesel. He just pays me, a percentage of what the truck makes for the week.
What do you usually like do for like trucking? Like, what is like a day?
Your day's work is like. Well, first off, you leave the house, get your bag together, your amenities for however long you think you're gonna be gone. Make sure the home life is straight. Any releases you may need to release before you leave. Do that. It might be a while.
The lot lizards,
They all here. There's a reason why they're lizards.
I'm already hip, but I can see, why trucking would be, a good alternative, especially because it gives you that time away from home.
Yeah.
Just like you said, you take care of the family and then, get on the road.
But you miss out a lot of time, bro. You miss a lot of memories. You miss most of the good memories. If you're a real trucker, you believe diesel, you miss a lot of memories.
I can see that.
And that's the biggest sacrifice is the time. You know, it's very demanding. You pretty much gonna miss every holiday. You know what I mean?
But that's good though. That's how you know like you making good money. Like I always say, it's better to be working than not. You know what I'm saying? Even on the holidays, some holidays do suck because you want to be around family and stuff. But it's just like, man, it's either the money or you know.
Yeah.
But you know, at the end of the day, shoot, you know, that time that we get off the road, you know, you spend that time with family.
Yeah. Try to at least. Yeah. Very brief. Time off.
So it says, how did you get started in the trucking industry?
How did I get started? I finally listened to my dad. Too late. It wasn't too late, but I wish I would have listened earlier. I would have been way farther than I am now.
When was he trying to get you to do it?
As soon as I got out of high school, get your CDL, get your CDL. I don't want to
Was he a
truck
trucker?
driver, man. For what?
He was a
trucker, yeah. My dad drove for years. And he always pushed me to just get that at least. If I do anything, get my CDL, huh? Man, I ain't doing that. But I like driving a truck. And later on, I had a kid early too, so I really needed to heed his word at the time. But I just, being young, you know, you make your own choices. But yeah, if I could tell any young girl right now, do that. You just whipping around doing nothing all day, driving with your friends, yeah, we do the same thing. Bring your girls with you to travel.
Yeah,
you do all that.
My brother, he had a truck basically where it was like a bed in the back, everything.
Yeah,
he got
two of them.
And I was like, that's dope. You know, you go do your drive, whatever. You get a little tired, you pull over. You know, what keeps you passionate about it?
And honestly, the time I put in, and like I said, is one of the only things I know, and it's hard to go back to a 9 to 5. They don't pay what the truckers make.
And you're your own boss. You know what I'm saying? You're your own boss.
You're slightly your own boss. Yes. You're the captain of the ship.
Yeah, it's just nice. But yeah, it's just like definitely like I can see that. You know.
Paycheck is definitely paycheck is what keep me going for sure. And yeah, pretty much the paycheck. I don't know.
That's what keep you fascinated.
The money and the how lucrative it will be once I do own my own truck. Okay. I know how lucrative it's going to be and the potential to grow. So that's really why I'm still in it, because I know once I do make that jump to buy my own truck, it's really going to be lucrative. I put the time in, I learned the game. You know, I use a lot of friends as guinea pigs, lease purchase programs. And
that's how it is. That's how you build.
Yeah, they'll sell you a dream out here, a lot of companies. So, yeah, next thing you know, the credit messed up. You got to get a truck back. You know, so
it's really a learning game. Yeah, but that's with anything. I feel like basically any type of career, anything you go into, is gonna be that where you gotta, you know,
all the hustle, all this BS. Just like the drug game almost. I said I used to deal drugs.
Yeah.
I watch movies and it's very similar to the drug game. It's just, you know, you gotta know how to play your cards, and you know, you definitely gotta take risks. It's all risk.
It's all risk, you know.
And having the cushion of money to sit on already when you start. That's the biggest one.
It's like the stocks and stuff, like people, you know, or just like when you invest in certain stuff, like, you know, it's trial and error, you know. So what are some of the biggest changes you've seen in the trucking industry over the years?
Biggest changes? COVID changed a lot of stuff.
It did.
The prices of freight, the prices of loads, the prices of diesel. The price of diesel affects everything. Like if the diesel go up and the price of the loads don't go up, the whole system is going up. You know, imagine your job paying you $2 an hour. It costs $10 a gallon to get to work. You know what I mean? Now your whole check ain't there going to be just to get to work. You know what I'm saying?
And y'all carry like so much stuff. Like it's so much stuff that truckers bring into, you know, stores and different things.
Everything.
Like that. You know, everything
you can see and touch and buy comes off a truck or a train one way or another. They put trucks on trains.
That's really trucking is super important.
Yeah.
It's super important, especially to the industry.
Without us, everything will stop.
Yeah. And they tell you that. They tell you, like stores only got so much food or something, before they gotta have, the trucks bringing inventory, So yeah, I could definitely see that during the C19, a lot of businesses were tanking. You know what I'm saying? Businesses closing, places going bankrupt. So it's nice to see, certain businesses as far as trucking, still excelling.
Only few industries actually went up, and that's sanitization type companies, ammo and gun companies.
Yeah,
they all skyrocketed during COVID just out of fear. So yeah, there's a lot of freight to be moved. And it was a way lenient at the time as far as truckers and how the DOT cops would treat us. If you had certain stuff in your truck, they didn't give a damn how long you've been driving. You got water, tissue, food, anything. What they call, what was the word at the time? Anything essential. Yeah, you can drive as long as you want. Just don't crash. There you go. Damn. That was the biggest change I've seen in trucking, for them to get that lenient and not give a damn.
Y'all got like quota? Do you like gotta meet the quota or anything like that?
As far as what?
Like or just like, let's say if you go pick up something, like how long does it usually take for you to like drop it off? Like,
well, we can only drive legally 11 hours a day.
Okay.
We got 15, 14-hour clock. 11 hours of it is driving, and the rest are breaks and maintenance checks and stuff like that. So legally, we can only drive them out.
What's the longest? What's the furthest distance that you drove? Like as far as the city?
I drove from Maine to Reno, California.
Oh man,
that's literally cross country, water coast to coast. That was a doozy. That took me like 4.5 days, but it should have took me longer legally. Legally, it should have almost like two weeks.
Maine to Cali, that's a trip.
Yeah. Talking about all weather.
I can see that all day. Like, oh man, especially nowadays. What are some of the most significant challenges that truckers face today?
Staying awake, making money.
Staying awake. What do you do to like stay up?
Truckers everybody got their own.
Red Bull or like
coffee.
Me
personally, can't really disclose.
Yeah, but
I stay awake, man. That's all that matters. I'm awake.
And the money, of course.
Yeah, the money keep me up. That's what keep me motivated. I'll be tired, but I'll be up.
I can see that being a huge challenge. Another thing I think is like a huge challenge for truckers is like when drivers be like cutting in front of y'all and stuff like that.
Oh,
that could be annoying.
Yeah, I mean that's just part of the job at that point. That's just part of the job being a defensive driver. Usually you see people crash and trucks can hit people because they bad defensive drivers.
I was just about to ask. I was about to say, what do you think is some requirements to make you like a good driver as far as a trucker?
Yeah, just being passionate about your job and wanting to be safe. Okay. If you do that and follow the basic rules of trucking, you'll be alright. But if you just drive the truck
just to make some money,
rules and you just because there's a trucker etiquette on the road, and if you don't follow it, you will bump your head one way.
What's some of the etiquette? Like I just want to know.
For example, like a lot of trucks can only go so fast.
Okay.
By the company.
How fast?
So most of them is governed to like 65. So the one truck is in the hammer down in the fast lane in the left, and one is in the right lane in the slow. And I'm trying to pass the guy in the slow lane. And he governed at 65 with the cruise on, and I'm governed with 64 with the cruise, or 66 with the cruise on, or whatever. And we neck and neck, and we both just holding up the both lanes. And I'm trying to pass him slowly, and he ain't slowing down to let me over, and I ain't slowing down to get behind him. You get in that game of cat and mouse, and who gonna let who over first?
I've seen that
stuff like that. That's etiquette. One of us is supposed to let somebody over. Usually the one who can go faster. supposed to go on past and he's gonna beat me regardless. I might as well back off a little bit. People be petty and just like, nah, I refuse, bro. I ain't slowing down.
That's some trucker.
That's some trucker shit.
That's some trucker stuff. Yeah. I was just thinking, like, dang, man, like, but I can see where it could be like that, because it's different companies. It ain't like, like a trucker. Every trucker has a different company, different people that they deal with. So it's not like y'all all like a one branch. You know what I'm saying?
We are though. All truckers are one. We're like a one big brotherhood.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, for sure. That's why I said it's a trucker etiquette. It's a lifestyle. It's a way to do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of people get offended about. When the foreigners come in and take over the industry, and they ain't been here. They don't know the traditional American trucker lifestyle and the lingo, and even driving America in general. So
yeah, it's a whole different.
It's
a whole different vibe for real.
It's a river rap for sure.
So let me grab this out of my bag. So, how do you think technology is impacting the trucking industry, both positively and negatively?
I mean, it's better now for insurance purposes, just because of how many computers in the truck and cameras and all that stuff they're putting in nowadays.
Computers and cameras?
Yeah, just off the engine below, it's like 4 or 5, 6 computers in the truck to keep it operating and recording all the data that's going on. Yeah, it's a whole bunch. So it's good in that aspect, but at the same time, it makes the trucker's job that much harder. You gotta drive like a robot with some of these companies that got cameras watching you.
They record like your data, or it might
record you. They record what the truck going, the brake hard, when you brake, when you're supposed to brake, how hard you brake.
So that makes you a better driver. Like, to be a trucker, that's you.
It does, but it don't. We're not robots. You can't just sit there with your hands on two wheels the whole time and just never not doing nothing else. Nobody does that. That's not even human. So I guess the downside is if they do succeed and they get good enough as far as trucks driving themselves, because they do exist, I'm gonna be out of a job if they can figure out how to perfect it and make it safe enough and convince the public that it's safe enough. Once they convince the public that it's okay, they started with the Teslas.
Yeah, the Teslas. I seen some of the Tesla trucks.
We already used to that. We see somebody looking in the Tesla with their hands or asleep.
Self-drive. Yeah, they got the self-drive.
We know what it is. We not like calling the police. And so that's the first brain implant on us to regularize big trucks driving themselves.
If what would be some advice that you would give to somebody that's just starting trucking?
Don't get into it if you plan on being home every day and making a lot of money at the same time. Because a lot of people think truck drivers is rich and we all got money and all that. No. You gotta remember, when you make more money, your lifestyle go up. And to maintain a lifestyle, you're gonna max out your money most of the time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was used to living off of $600, and once I started making $1,500 a week, okay, now I'm used to this type of lifestyle, eating this type of way, and doing this and that, being able to pay my bills on this certain time and double pay my bills. I'm used to that. So now I need $2,000 a month. You always chasing
more money, more problems.
More money, yeah. So like I said, I make more than average. Somebody working at 7-Eleven or a factory job, yeah, but at the same time, it's all about trade-offs. I'm not home. I miss time. So it's all about what's valuable to you.
And it sounds like you got like a business mindset too. Like, I'm sure, like, like just off the stuff that you're saying, you can tell like it's about business, but you're passionate about it too.
Oh, for sure. Sure. I try to learn business so I can develop a business mind. So I surround myself around people who already indulged and who's already successful in those realms. That's how I sharpen my skill.
Yeah.
Because if I don't, I'm steadily hanging around shit. I'm gonna smell like it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start to like shit.
Because the people you
ain't gonna be shit. So
what they say birds of a feather flock together. So it's always nice to have some friends that's either entrepreneurs or like pursuing some type of career.
And I'm big on manifestation.
Yeah, it's all about the manifestation. Like my grandma, she used to be like, you speak things into existence like this. So that's a really big thing, manifesting, positivity. Um, can you describe what are some misconceptions people might have of truckers?
Like I said,
That's what they think, though.
Like
It
that.
says, "How do
And,
truckers?"
and a lot of people think truckers are dumb.
Oh man, hey, so that's crazy. Word.
Dumb and we stink and we all cheat on our wives.
With the lot lizards.
That's the most common misconception.
But it is. I can see it being certain misconceptions of going into it. How do truckers build a sense of community despite the solitary nature of their job?
Because we're never really alone. We're alone inside the truck, but as far as the road, we all gotta move as a unit to make our day more easy. Because once one of us fucked up, we all get affected. Literally hundreds of trucks behind you, lives, and people got shit going on. Guys trying to get their roads done, and you get fucked up and hit somebody, now it's a traffic jam. You never know the mess you created for other people behind you. We don't even think that broad into life. We're stuck in our own bubble. But if you could think outside the bubble and realize what's at stake, and the amount of lives you have within your hands and on the 18 wheels,
That's true because like you said, they do that impact. It can impact, somebody, get in a car accident or where a shipment is late or something. It can, have massive stipulations, of course. Um, what measures do you believe are essential for improving safety in trucking?
I just said, just caring about the job. Really, if you care about the job and know, and I said, know the risk and how much responsibility you have in your hands, you'll take the job serious. If you don't, the road's gonna teach you real quick. You better hope it's not that bad when you change your life forever. I've been in situations where, yeah, it could have went easily. I could easily been in prison right now. Stop making the wrong decisions, even if it's for the right reasons. Some rules, certain things you just don't do in the trucking industry, like drive tires in front of you falling asleep. Never drive past that. Once you start seeing shit run across the road that ain't really there, pull over. A fat guy did not just run across the road. Like that's the first sign your body telling you it's a wrap, bro. That's about to be you, on the side of the road. So just, the lows never work for nothing.
I feel like that could be like the biggest risk, though, like just that falling asleep, like being on the road all the time.
It's easy to do.
I've seen a lot of truckers basically talking about like just being on the road. Like there's like, if you one of those type of people where you get tired easily, you like always, where you're not comfortable being on the road. He's like, you're not gonna like trucking.
That's why I try to keep my hobbies, take my hobbies with me. I bring a basketball, I bring a couple firearms, I hit the gun ranges when I stop, just to reset my mind, you know what I'm saying? So it won't feel like I'm just trapped in that cubicle of the truck all day, vibrating, you gotta reset your brain, you gotta do something else. Or else you will crash mentally or physically.
So firearms, I heard you talk about firearms. you like going in the range?
That's my thing, man. Gotta stay sharp, man. Big too late.
I'm with it. I feel it. Especially nowadays. Like, I mean, what do you think is one of the biggest reasons to be pro to it? What would be the biggest reason?
Just protecting yourself, because I believe law enforcement responds to crime. They don't necessarily stop it. They stop it if they see it, if they can, but mostly they respond to crime.
And it's a lot later too.
Yeah, somebody already got shot or stabbed, or about to get stabbed, or whatever the case may be, or robbed, or just just having. I feel like just having a firearm is like,
it's protection, really.
Yeah.
It's protection. It keeps you. It makes you feel safe.
It's like a little blanket. You know what I'm saying? It may not be bulletproof, but it gives you a chance if anything happens.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? My worst fear is me getting shot or robbed and dying. I got 9 guns on me. That's my biggest fear, because that's probably how, if something do happen to me, I'm picturing that's what's gonna happen to me, because I'm too ready. You know what I'm saying? And when it's that time, hopefully I don't go out like that. But hypothetically, if that's how I'm gonna go, ain't nothing I can do. You know what I'm saying? No matter how many guns you got, but it gives you a chance. You know what I'm saying? I probably won't, nothing like that probably won't happen to me because it's the way I move in my city. I'm known for being armed. I'm known for doing security. I'm known for having big dogs. So I'm a good guy. I'm cool with everybody. I'm neutral. I don't yeah, you know, I'm neutral. So I don't get that type of negative energy my way to even have to defend myself. But it's more of a hobby. You just know my gun shit.
And that's part of it too. I feel like you know, when you're well known, like people know you,
Yeah.
and they know like how positive you is, you move.
Yeah.
That's another security blanket too, as far as having a weapon too. But you think that it's a good idea for everyone to be pro to it?
I mean, I wouldn't say everyone has to be pro 2A, but I think everybody should understand the ones who are pro 2A, because more than likely it's gonna be somebody pro 2A saving you from a mass killer or even beat up in the street by your ex-boyfriend and you need help. Nobody really gives a shit most of the time. But a 2A guy, he gonna be on it. Most 2A people are gonna be on that. They're gonna help you just because they have the blanket on them.
I remember a while ago they had it to where there was like school shootings, and it was like they was trying to give the teachers basically where they could have like firearms and stuff. I was like, man, that's crazy.
I mean,
just how the world is now.
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Yeah, I wasn't opposed to it either. But I just was like, it's just different from the times that we used to be in, you know.
Yeah.
But I definitely believe, everybody should at least be educated on it. I know when I was growing up, my grandma, she used to be like, anybody have a gun, she'd be like, I'll put it up. Like, she used to be like, even if she seen it, let's say if she seen like a gun, pistol, whatever, she would bug out. Put it away.
That's the thing. I feel like a lot of the big 2A movement has a lot to do with a lot of the baby boomers that haven't died yet. Not to put that harshly, but it's like a culture thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nostalgia. They're not used to seeing guns. You gotta remember, they came from the wartime, World War II and #1 and Vietnam. That's all they, violence and the riots.
And I don't really feel like, just to be able to protect yourself and have, a gun and some type of protection, I feel like, it's not really, it's like people make it seem like it's so negative, but really it's actually really positive too.
But it also has to do with our culture and the way.
And a person carrying it too.
Yeah, it has a lot to do, something to do with culture and the way Black people or just minorities in general are perceived when it comes to weapons or firearms or weapons of general. Even the AK-47 as a firearm and as a platform is looked at as in a negative indentation. You know what I'm saying? Even in the news. You know what I'm saying? So it's just an okay rifle. I mean, they use a weapon of mass destruction. They'll put a picture of an AK. You know what I'm saying? Or some Saudi guy running with it, shooting it. They paint certain pictures for the masses to feel a certain way about firearms. So it's all about really your culture and how you grew up and what was wrong with you. And until you try it for yourself and develop your own, I feel like everybody should have to have a gun if you can legally, just to have it. And you should be able to give it up if you don't want to have it. You should be able to use that right or not, but you should have to purchase a gun if you can't legally. You should have to do it. You can sell it if you want. Just to have the of having a firearm in your house and how it will make you feel and be trained on how to store it properly and all that good jazz. So,
because that's the biggest thing is being trained on. Like, it's a lot of people. You have a lot of people in America, predominantly women, on some facts. A lot of women, they buy firearms, or even other people, they buy firearms, but they never shoot it. They never train with it. Never go to the range.
Sit in the purse and collect perfume
dust. And if you never use it, you get into an altercation or
the magazine.
Yeah, you out of there. You end up shooting off one, or
shooting yourself. Don't even Man, I'm telling you, gun knowledge is very powerful. It would eliminate probably 90% of the accidents that happen out here. Just a little bit of gun knowledge, even with your kids.
I got one. It says, can you share what initially inspired you to become an advocate for the Second Amendment?
My mama not telling me that I can have guns in the house. I couldn't put water guns, BB guns.
I remember that water guns.
I couldn't have none of that growing up. So it automatically made me want guns. Like I was. Then once I got older, video games, of course, pop culture, movies, and me. I'm slightly mechanical. I always want to know how things work. I was always interested in guns and how they work. What makes the gun go bang and how does the slide go back and what makes the bullet come out. Like I want to know all of that. So it was just something I was just naturally gravitated to. I said people look at me different because I'm into guns or whatever, but it's my thing. Some people in the shoes and shit.
It's your niche. It's your niche.
Yeah,
you know.
It's my niche.
Some people like to collect, bags and cars. Other people like to collect, guns or whatever. But for the most part, what was the first gun you ever shot that you ever had?
First gun I ever had was Glock 21.
Glock 21. Okay. What's your favorite though? What's your favorite one? As far as pistols,
like that I own or like my real gun?
Oh, whatever. What's like your that you like your favorite gun right now that you like? I got it.
That's the Staccato XC,
okay,
or something like it.
What is it that you like about the gun?
Oh, it's that gun. It's like when I hold that gun. It's like
it's the way it shoot, the way it recoil.
It's like having a second penis or something. You know what I'm saying?
You like trying to it's like trying to describe your woman. Like,
right.
I like her because I like her.
It feels good. I don't know.
It feels good.
It just feels good in my hand. I guess it's the manufacturing and the work and the engineering behind it too. How smooth it is. Like I said, I appreciate firearms and what makes them so smooth and what makes them so accurate and smooth shooting. I appreciate all the work that went into making the gun. So, like I said, that's my niche. My dream is to be a FFL, have my own FFL, sell guns, work on guns, maybe even one day have my own gun.
But you shoot with a rifle. What's your rifle? Your go-to rifle?
Go-to rifle. Well, my go-to brand, Daniel is probably the Besky. Don't own the Besky yet. I ain't quite in that tax bracket.
Yo, some of them guns are expensive.
What?
Yo, tossing me to the guns store. I'm like, oh, man.
I give my wife half the credit for most of my gun purchases. Child support, you don't mind.
I'm already. Yo, I mean,
for the record, I don't buy none of my guns. I only bought 2 guns. All the guns I got.
Hey, shout out to her, man.
Yeah, my wife keep me good. Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
That's a beautiful thing. I shot that P90. I love the P90. That mug is nice.
That's one of my girls too. Leave that in the 5.7. So,
how do your personal experiences shape your views on gun rights?
My personal experiences.
I know when I was living in Chicago, man, I used to hear people shooting and stuff all the time.
Well, my personal experiences. Well, I really have never been
in the situation
in life. I've been shot at once, but
I've been shot at,
but I've never been in a position where I wasn't supposed to get shot at and got shot at, where I needed to lawfully protect myself.
Okay.
I've been in some bad places, wrong places at the wrong time, but I put myself there. I knew I was supposed to be there, but I was there. So those situations don't count. But as far as just on some real civilian life, I've never, So, but I've seen people who have, and I know it's possible. I know that it could happen. So, like I said, I like guns, so it just line up for me. So even people who don't like guns, I feel like it's probably gonna take something to happen to them, or something to happen to somebody close to them to give them a epiphany. That maybe a gun would have changed the outcome of that situation. Maybe not. But it's like I said, it's all about a fighting chance at the end of the day.
I know my experiences was my dad, he used to be a cop and stuff. So when I was growing up, I used to see him and all his cop friends shooting and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They pulled me out to the range. Ever since I shot my first gun, I was like, man, I gotta get into this.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, for real. That's what it's all about, pushing the culture, man, on our kids. I'm big on it. Like, my kids, I have younger kids, you know what I'm saying? And
What's your oldest, youngest?
my oldest is 17, my youngest is 3.
Oh man, I'm jealous. I'm trying to get like you for real.
Man, hold up on that. Hold on now. Chill out on the kids, man. I think you got one already, right?
Yeah, I got one. I just got a 7-year-old for real.
It's a boy?
Yeah. You say
shit. I love my kids to death, but hold on that.
Everybody said the girls is harder, man.
Girls are changing. They be soft.
They do. I bet.
My favorite human right there, my daughter.
And it's just a whole different vibe when you got a daughter too. That's another reason to be protected. You feel me? Like
exactly.
You just never know.
She the first one to learn to shoot.
I seen the you remember that dude that was on, I think he was on YouTube or maybe it was like TikTok or something. It was a dude that like all tats, he tatted all the way from his face and stuff, but he had his daughter basically. She was blindfolded. Yeah. She was blindfolded.
She know the caliber she holding, blindfolded, all
she know the bullet, she know what gun it is.
She a baby goat for sure.
And I feel like a lot of our people should do that. You know, because other people, you know, I ain't gonna say who, but other people in America, they train their kids. They got their kids out there as small as ever. You know what I'm saying?
The Mason Dixons, Little Mason, all their kids is shooting at 4.
Yo, they got kids. Some of their kids, they can catch you. You know what I'm saying?
They hold baby deer at 3.
So I'm definitely all for like, getting your kids in there and having them where they're trained for safety. You get me? Like I feel like it was a big stigma when we was growing up. Like you said, people used to make a big deal out of guns, but if you stop the stigma of being scared of it and the fear of it, just go through the safety and the training.
I'm a firm believer on the more guns, the better.
Yeah. It's more guns in America than people.
Come on, man. The more guns that are around, the less crime, especially home invasions. In Texas, people ain't breaking into people's houses in Texas. No. That's like one of the if you Google it, I gotta Google it. I ain't gonna say numbers because I don't know, but I'm assuming that's probably one of the least things the police department is worried about, people breaking into people's houses in Texas.
Yeah. That happens all the time now, especially with the economy, the way things are tariffs and all these things is happening, man, you're going to see more break-ins. You're going to see more, people getting hostile. And, even now, man, like I said, during the C-19, you see people get desperate. People are super desperate. Mm-hmm. So you have people following women home. You see certain videos on TikTok where you see a chick, she walking down the street or walking to her apartment, and it'll be a dude coming right behind her as soon as she closes the door. So
sex trafficking is real. Mm-hmm. Very real.
So just having a weapon, or having a gun, that will save you from a lot of, that type of contact. But what do you see as the biggest challenges facing the Second Amendment advocates today?
Biggest challenges?
Yeah, the biggest challenges for people.
Basically, just the government not making the gun rights more strict. Mm-hmm. People want more stricter gun control, and I feel like it's strict enough.
Yeah, it is.
As a law-abiding citizen, it's hard to get what I want. I shouldn't have to have a reason why I want a suppressor or a certain type of trigger or a certain type of stock. They call them braces because they put a strap on, but it's a stock. It's stupid.
It'd be driving.
And then we can still shoulder it. Like, that's I'm a felon if I take it off and take the strap off. I'm a felon. Come on, man.
Yeah, I don't get some of that. Then, like, you got a lot of people that be like, "We want gun control," like you said.
That ain't control. I don't know what it is.
Like, so they want you to take all the guns and just get rid of it. Like, what? That's not. You're not gonna be safe. The world gonna be crazy.
And the mental health issue is a whole other issue because we all sane until we're not. So some people are obviously more not sane than others.
True.
I mean, I'm sure we all have something tragic or something life-changing happens to us. We might flip a switch. we don't know. Hopefully, most of us live our life and never get switched off like that. So, with that being said, mental health shouldn't really be a topic when it comes to gun control. So,
and I thought they had like a thing. I thought they had like a thing where you had to do like a or maybe it was a while ago, or am I tripping? Where they had you do like a what is it? A mental check or something? Or
maybe some states you gotta take some type of mental test. I
Yeah,
don't know.
That's what I was thinking.
Most of them, as long as you never had no mental history, you good. You just straight. You never take yourself nowhere.
But I feel like just doing that, having all those stipulations, it's just more time.
Just doing a lot.
Just doing too much. How do you respond? Oh, my bad. How do you engage with communities to promote responsible gun ownership? I know they have it to where you can put your stuff in the lockbox, you can lock it up in the
Well, the question is basically how to the community.
Yeah, to the community. Like, what ways can you tell people?
Well, I try to be a walking. Like I said, I'm kind of what you would call maybe extremist.
Hey,
yeah,
perfectionist.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Cause I open carry sometime. I'll walk to the park with my daughter with an AR. Just because I can, that's what I'm saying. Be an example. If people see me regularly,
like this
every
thing, like
Friday, this black guy walks down Michigan Ave with an AR and pulling his kids in a wagon. What's that? After like a month or two of that,
that's regular. That's regular.
They see somebody else carrying. Oh, it must be legal. I'll be starting to see a lot of people open carrying now.
But like, you see that?
Yeah,
you see that.
If you pay attention, people carry guns all the time.
Like, especially like, I know a little while ago they was doing it where they was walking downtown Lansing, Michigan, and it was like a whole bunch of people like going down there. They had the Proud Boy, Don't Tread on Me flag and like a whole bunch of flags, but they was teed up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They had all type of stuff on them. So it's just like,
and nobody ever gets shot.
Exactly.
Once there's guns around, nobody ever want to pull the trigger. More than likely. So
what's that one? What is it? Black militia. They be strapped up sometimes too. The black militia.
Yeah. The word militia, I would hope so.
Yeah, they be strapped up, but it's just like it's just empowering to see people that look like us, doing stuff like that.
Sure. For sure.
So that's definitely a way to promote gun ownership in the communities for sure. Can you share any success stories where your advocacy has made a tangible impact? Somebody going that
loud. Yeah, all the time. Just off, like I said, just off me being known for what I'm known for. People call me, inbox me, reach out to me all the time about random gun related to their questions.
That's what's up.
How do they carry this, or can you bring a gun to the airport? How are they supposed to transfer this type of gun from the gun store? Like, they call me, ask me all types of stuff. What kind of guns should I buy?
So you is helping the community.
Yeah, I'm trying to give the best advice. I don't give biased advice. I don't say buy this and buy that because I like it. I just try to, because I'm a regular guy who's into guns. And I'm not rich. I'm not just out here just buying whatever because I can. No, I have to strategically save and plan and make my purchases. So I can relate to somebody who just regularly want to get into it. So I can, tell them the right places to go, layaway programs, etc. All type of advice.
And that's a big deal too. Just being a person that's just like down to earth. That's super cool. What do you think the future holds for the Second Amendment in the USA?
Oh man, I think it's pretty much gonna plateau where it is. Honestly, I don't think it's gonna get no more. It might be getting a little bit more lenient in the states that's pretty under tough gun laws. But as far as everybody else, it's not that bad, honestly, right now. If they just left it like it is, just like it is right now, I can live with it. Pay my $200 tax stamp for whatever bullshit they want me to pay tax stamp for. Just leave it as is. Don't make it no worse.
Don't make it no stricter for real.
Like, come on. This point. I wish Trump could get that national reciprocity going. reciprocity. That'd be fire.
I'm trying to tell you, he pushing a lot of stuff though, man.
So
We about to see some stuff.
If he get that, I'm gonna tap him on my back.
Attack Trump.
I'm gonna tap Trump on my back.
Hey, I'm guaranteeing it's thousands of people out there that probably got Trump tatted on their body somewhere for real.
And he should let felons get guns, depending on the charges that they got.
I agree with that.
If it ain't violent, let them get their guns.
Because a felony set you back,
They
man.
need
For
guns
real.
more than anybody.
Yo, I got friends. I'll be like, yo, you get a felony, you're out the game. There's so much stuff that you miss out on. Oh my gosh. You know, I could definitely see more people being carried. I can see more people carried, can't you?
Yeah, the numbers have went up statistically, so more people buying guns now than ever.
And I can see it just, man. I can see like more people getting more involved into, going into the range. Even last time I went. Well, I just started, getting into this, and I come across a lot of people. They just love to see it. They love to see somebody carrying, somebody that's, well together, got the right mindset. So yeah, it's definitely good for other people
good
too.
for the mental too, man. Want to go blow off some steam? What I do is I take all my child support bills and letters and stuff like that, pin them on the board, and go shoot at them. Yeah.
You heard of those guns? They got guns nowadays where you heard of 3D print. Like
Yeah, I've heard of them.
they got the
Ghost guns.
the ghost guns. Yeah, bro, you heard of that? That's crazy, ain't it?
You want to take my head on that? You like,
Hey,
I ain't got no ghost guns, but I know about them.
but real talk, I heard they was legal.
I ain't dabbling in that.
I ain't either. But it's just crazy how far technology is to where you have people that can create their own guns and print them out.
Put them out. Lower it. Throw a slide on that gun.
It say, I'm gonna read it off. It says, "How do you think advancements in technology, such as smart guns, impact the Second Amendment debate?" The smart guns, that's different. They got all type of different.
For government reasons, I don't think that should be a thing. I don't think we should be able to print our own.
Yeah, I think it's crazy.
That's a little.
Or they have it where the drone got a gun.
Yeah,
the drone got the AR.
That's too much right now. That's a little much. Like I said, don't make it no stricter or no more than.
Yeah, because it's already tough.
It's already tough as it can be. Goddamn.
How can individuals who support the Second Amendment get involved in advocacy efforts?
Buy a gun. Add to the numbers. Get your CPL. Add to the numbers.
It ain't nothing to
it.
Do it. Yeah.
Be responsible. Be an example, like the rest of us. That'll push the two-way movement forward.
Yeah, man. It's just we get into that time to where it's super important to have that that mindset to carry and to where that point to where you can responsible. You don't want to be one of these people that's just out here just doing dumb stuff. But I mean, we can pretty much wrap it up though.
I appreciate it, man.
Anything else you want to say before we close out?
Jerk chicken coming this summer. You know what I'm saying? Get with me, Mike, Michigan. Yes, sir. The armed chef. We the best, like Khaled. Come on, man.
Yeah, hey, that Jamaican jerk go good. You a chef? You be cooking?
Just a little bit. I do what I can when I can. When I do it how I do it. But tune in. It's coming. It's coming. Everybody been hitting me up about it. I'm gonna get back on it, y'all. I promise.
Anything else you be doing that you want to promote?
Just living, man. That's it.
Live your life.
Live your life, man.
Enjoy your life. Live your life to the fullest. Keep being an entrepreneur.
Yeah. Keep
being, upgrading. Be motivated, man. And
trying to get something I can leave to my kids besides the bill. That's it, man.
Facts.
That's it.
So, hey, man, we're going to close it out with, go get your gun license, man.
CPL and CDL. Yeah, both of them. They both start with a C. End in an L, I think. Yup. License.
It ain't nothing but to do it.
Ain't nothing to it but to do it. I appreciate it, man.
You too, bro.
It's amazing. Yes, sir.
So you guys, man, nice seeing you. This has been Father and Son Podcast. I'm your host, Prince Casper. Special guest, Mike Michigan. We out, man. Have a good one.